think you mentioned it before, but maybe a little more elaboration on how Rodney is helping open up things because of his scoring threat on the outside and how that's opening up things more in the inside you were talking about before.
Yep. Well, with kind of the system we play, we really play with 4 attacking guys, so you need production out of those 4 to be a complete team and to be a team that has balance in the attack. And like I've said before, we've been getting good production out of kind of our 10 or second forward and good production out of the 9. We've been kind of playing a little bit more like a 2 front. Even with Larry, we played a little bit him higher in the last game, but there's not much difference between a 4-2-3-1 and a 4-4-2. We just push the 10 a little higher. No matter how you hash it out, it's 4 guys up there that need to produce. When the wingers aren't producing, then teams can kind of sit, take away the space with the 9. They can drop their back 4 in and and try to compact the center channel and compact that next layer with the midfield line as well. And I think there have been some games where teams have played those odds a little bit because the wingers aren't producing or stretching. And they basically said if anybody's going to beat us, let's let the wingers beat us. Now they can't do that. And I think that's the real key is when your wingers start chipping in. And what I would say is Darlington as well. I mean, he's silently putting up big assist numbers. So you can't forget about him either because he pulls off a great assist on the first goal. And if he doesn't slip Rodney in, we don't score the goal. And I thought he was very active and dangerous. So now you got to really worry about Nagbe. Maybe it's not scoring, but it's setting guys up. And you got to worry about Rodney scoring and setting guys up, which means now the back 4 gets pulled apart a little bit. They start to have to worry about the width of our team and the penetration there, which now opens up space for a Valeri, space for an Adi, a Gaston, a Maxi. So that's what you want.
With Will, you had obviously was a D mid, but he was a goal scoring threat too. What does it mean to have had Rodney? Right, immediately after Will goes down, Rodney's kind of come up big in the last 2 games.
Yeah, it's good timing. Like I said last night, you want your top players, your big players to be producing right now, and you got other teams around the league that don't have that, and they're probably going into games wondering who's going to score. You don't want that. We're going into games knowing that we got guys that are going to score. And maybe it's Sadi one game, maybe it's Rodney, maybe it's Valeri, maybe it's Maxi or Gaston. I know Darlington's going to get a goal here in the next couple games. Other teams, they're looking at their squad going, how are we going to find a goal? Do we need to find one on a set piece or find one on a PK? You got teams that are wondering, or maybe they're thinking this guy has to score, or we're not going to find a goal and win the game. We're not in that position. Seattle's not in that position. Seattle, they know they're going to get goals because Martins and Dempsey have proven all year. Papa, these guys have been chipping in, stepping up. You even got Barrett off the bench, and some of these other guys that are going to find goals. LA Galaxy with Robbie Keane and Landon Donovan and Zardes. You'd bank on those teams winning games because they got guys that are producing, and they've proven that all year, but they're proving it even more now. So that's a really good feeling for us to be in that position where we've got our big players stepping up, and like you said, with Will out, I don't know that we necessarily rely on our D-mids to score. I think it's kind of an added bonus. With Will, we don't really set up our system for him to have to score, but he has produced some goals. A lot of them are on free kicks or penalty kicks, but he has made late runs in the box. Chara as well. So I think that's a bonus, but we shouldn't have to rely on the D-mids. And maybe early in the year, part of our problem defensively was we weren't getting production out of some of the guys in the attack, which meant now guys like Will have to push on and find goals for us, which means now we're a little bit more vulnerable defensively. So I think it's really nice to have our front four guys producing goals. So now we don't need to rely on our outside backs as much, or our D mids as much.
How much